My name is Blair, and welcome back to my channel, Bright as Blaze, where I share plant-based recipes that are flavorful, high in fiber and protein, and pretty balanced. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. Okay, for the first recipe, this is a zucchini and bell pepper tofu scramble, and I serve this with toast and half of a small avocado. So first you just want to dice your bell pepper, slice your zucchini, and toss them in a pan to start browning up. After adding to a lightly oiled pan, I normally use olive oil. I season with paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, all my favorite seasonings. And I don't salt at this point. Oh, I also added white pepper corns here. And I don't salt so that the food can get nice and brown and caramelized without like being extra wet. At this point I added also nutritional yeast. After the veggies are browned to my preference, I crumble in about 1/3 of a tofu block. And I'm going to mix this in so that the tofu also gets browned. At this point, you can also deglaze your pan with an acid, white wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, or lemon juice. I think I used lemon juice today. After you add in the tofu, you let it sit and brown to your preference. After you feel like everything's seasoned well, cooked, and warmed through, you can salt at this point, and you can turn off the heat. Because it's tofu, you don't have to make it cook at a certain temperature or anything. It's just everything is to your preference. So here, for salt, I added Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning, and it's done. Your scramble with a sauce of your choice or nothing at all, depending on how you prefer. I put vegan cream cheese on the toast, and then I salt and black pepper the avocado, and then I can enjoy. This is light, it's savory, it starts your day off strong, and it's filling, so it'll keep you full for a while. The next recipe is a breakfast bowl. In the base of this bowl today, I did potatoes. I leave the skin on for extra fiber. I clean it, scrubbed it really well off camera, and then I'm just dicing it all up and tossing it in an air fryer with some salt. You can also add oil. Because I'm tossing this in the air fryer, I don't really need the oil, so I didn't. So I seasoned this to my preference, garlic, paprika, I'm pretty sure I added some Cajun spice, and I put it in the air fryer. The potatoes take a little bit, like at least 10 minutes at 400. I normally end up going a little longer. And today I added some sage seasoning, sage leaf, as well. I put them in 400 for 12 minutes. So I'm prepping all the veggies for this quick scramble. This time you see me adding 3 different colors of bell peppers and plenty of spinach. I just chop everything pretty small. And then this time I am going to brown the tofu first. It really doesn't matter what order you do this in. It just depends on how you like your veggies prepped. In this case, the spinach I always add last. Tomatoes I always add last because they cook very fast, and the tomatoes are saucy. So in this case, I'm browning the tofu first, and then I'll add in the bell peppers next. And after everything is browned to my preference, then I add in the spinach and tomato to finish it off. And I'm seasoning as I go along. tofu is such a malleable food product. It doesn't have a lot of flavor on its own. So before I add in the spinach and the tomato to like wilt and get a little saucy, I salt the tofu bell pepper mix. And then after I mix in and wilt the spinach and tomato, I add a little more salt to taste. Because the tofu does absorb, it requires a little more salt for flavor. And then I add in whatever seasonings I prefer to my preference. So you see me adding a little more onion powder and salt here. For the last breakfast idea, I wanted to share a quick frittata. You can split this up and do like smaller patties, 3 or 4 smaller patties. In this case, I did one whole one that I put in the air fryer. You can prep this in the oven. You can prep this on the stove top with a little olive oil. I did this in the air fryer. And it's basically build your own. You can put whatever you prefer. On this day, I had a huge bag of spinach in my fridge and some onion, so that's what I added into this frittata. And the only non-negotiables for a breakfast item like this is tofu, obviously, and I used Bragg's amino, like similar to soy sauce, and you need a little bit of flour to bind it. You can use chickpea flour, regular flour, rice flour. I used regular like whole wheat flour this day. But you just want to chop everything extra fine so that you don't get like really big chunks that break up your frittata. Yeah, but this is pretty simple. Chop everything, crumble in the tofu, mix until it forms like in a ball that sticks together, and cook the way you prefer. Pressing this into a liner in the air fryer. You can put this on parchment paper if you like. I have some liners right now, so that's what I'm using. I cook this at 400 for 10 to 15 minutes, and I do flip it over at the end of those 10 minutes to get the other side browned as well.